Hi, hello. I'm Dr. K. Pungvari. Now we are going to discuss about the topic cost concept in the subject Managerial Economics. Cost is one of the main thing which has been taken place in each and every activities of a business or day-to-day life. So in the economics, the term cost refers to the monetary valuation of resources. So that is the cost concept is a key concept in economics. It refers to the amount of payment made to acquire any goods and services in a simpler way. The concept of cost is an financial evaluation of resources, materials, risks, time, and utilization of consumed to purchase goods and services. From an economic point of view, the cost of manufacturing any goods and services is often said to be the concept of opportunities cost. Within that, highlighting the concept in today's world, companies are urgent to maximize the profit. The company's decision to maximize the earning relies on the behavior, its cost and revenue. Besides the concept of opportunities cost, there are several other concepts of cost, namely fixed cost, explicit cost, social cost, implicit cost, and replacement cost are taking place over here. Here, the economics of a cost refers to the monetary valuation of resources, material, times, risk expended to produce goods or services. Understanding the concept is an essential for accurate financial reporting and efficient decision making of an organization. So the next thing is we are having the functions of cost accounting. The cost function is most important thing over here. In this cost function, the first thing is determination of cost of a production. So here we are determining what is the cost is made for the production of a goods. The next thing is fixing a selling price. Not only purchasing a raw materials and making a production of a goods. After that we have to fix a price for a product to sell it in a market to the customers. The next thing is cost control and reduction. How we have to control our cost and how we can make a reduction over it. That is an important point over here. The next function is that inventory control. The inventory control means stock control. The stock control over an organization or a business during the production process is the most important thing to produce a product to the market without making any delay over here. At the particular time we have to finish our goods and we have to make a sale over here. So that is the most important thing is in inventory control. The next thing is comparison between the actual and the budget cost. What we have actually spent and what is our budget, we have to make an analyze over it. So it is also one of the important factors. And the next is in maximizing a profit. So if each and every business is having the main motive is to make a profit, so without a profit we can't run a business over here. So the profit is also one of the most important in the organization or a business. The next thing is bias for a financial statement. For if we are in need of financial statement, then only we can make a compare over it and we have to make an analyze over it and we can make a better decision in our organization in a future period of time. The next thing is facilitating the decision making. So decision making is the most important thing in each and every activities of each and every day to day life, and also it is most important for a companies and a business to make a decision. So that is, these are all the functions of a cost accounting. The next we are going to see about the different types of costs over here. So what are the costs we are having? The first one is a fixed cost. In this fixed cost are those costs that do not changes in short period. So that is a fixed cost. It remains same for a long period of time. So that is called as fixed cost. Here the costs are incurred by the company irrespectively its production. So zero production, the firm incurs the fixed cost. The fixed cost can be defined. A fixed cost is the cost that remains the same and fixed of the production of goods irrespectively. So that is a fixed cost. Here we are having, and from the word itself you know that the variable cost. So total fixed cost, this total fixed cost we can symbolize into TFC. The next one is variable cost. In this variable cost, the cost is that the changes in a short period and also in a long period, it always keep on changes over here. The costs are incurred during the production process and thus the goods incurred in employing the various factors of production. A fixed cost becomes variable cost in a long run. A variable cost is defined that a variable cost is the expenditure incurred on the production of goods and therefore in ever changing. So that is called as variable cost. This variable cost can be defined total variable cost, that is TVC. So that is total variable cost. The next thing is indirect cost or implied cost. Here the indirect cost, implied cost, this is also known as implied cost. So implied cost are those which they firm let's go for sacrificing the orders to time, higher and alternative factors of production. These costs are opportunity cost of the factors of production. Implicit cost is also called as imputed cost. Here cash outflow does not happen. Only an implicit cost factor sacrificing the producer for an alternative factor production. The opportunities forever is in an implicit cost. Next one is we are seeing about a explicit cost or a direct cost. In this explicit cost, these costs which are met by the cash payment for an employees in the various factors, the producer actually pays money to produce his goods and services. A direct or explicit cost is a material, labor, expenses, overhead, sellings and distribution. Administrative cost relates to the productions of commodities. It is accurate in nature. An explicit cost can be easily traceable. An explicit cost is defined as it is the cost of direct expenses that is paid in money to others or credited during the production of goods. So, in implicit cost, it is not a direct payment of cash, but in explicit cost or a direct cost, here we are making a cash payment directly. So, that is a explicit cost. We are having a total cost and average cost. Total cost is a total expenditure incurred by the producer to produce his goods. So that is called as total cost. Next one is an average cost. In this, and also the total cost is a cost which is incurred by the producer to produce a particular quantity of a commodity, that is known as total cost. Next one is an average cost. In this average cost, an average cost is incurred by the producer for producing each unit of the product, and average cost is per unit expenditure of a producer. Here we are defining it as an average cost, that it gives a average amount of cost over here. The next one is marginal costing. In this marginal costing is symbolized MC. Here this marginal costing makes a thing over here, expenditure incurred by the producer to produce an additional or an extra unit of a commodity. So that is called as marginal cost, is an additional cost incurred for producing one extra unit. So that is called as marginal cost. Marginal cost is the cost or expenses incurred for producing an additional or an extra unit of a commodities. So that is called as marginal cost. Next one is an opportunity cost. In this opportunities cost or a choice that is let go for an sacrificing on an alternative choice. It gives an opportunity for a business options or a factor of production for an alternative option or a factor of production. So that is called as opportunities cost. In this cost, it gives an opportunities for other things. So that is a opportunities cost. Once again, we make a review of a cost. Direct cost or an indirect cost. Indirect cost is a cost which can be alternative for a production of a process. So that is called as alternative. But direct cost, it which met with an, it cannot have an explicit over here. The direct cost makes it paid in money, others credited in a payment form. The next one is total cost. In this total cost, it refers to the producing of a particular product, quantity of a commodity. Average cost, it has an average over here, both how the producer produce each unit of a product over here. what expenditure incurred. So these are all the different types of cost over here. So these are the cost things we have analyzing while making a production of a unit of a goods in an organization. By making this cost calculation, it will give financial statement over it and financial reporting, and also it is useful for measuring what cost we have incurred or expend for producing of a product. Thank you. I think so you all understand about the functions of a caste and the concept of a caste and different types of a caste over here. Thank you.